Well, that is it for our update on Arc Runner. Let's move on to a game that many have been talking about, Jedi Survivor, that released on April 28th, available on platforms PS5, Xbox Series S and X, Microsoft Windows, PC, both available in Steam and the Epic Games Store. This is developed by Respawn Entertainment, hence the awesome wall jumping that you can do. Reminds me of Titanfall. It's an action-adventure game, and the gameplay that we show here takes place in two areas. The first area, Coruscant, which is that single city planet. It's the city across the planet, and Cabo, which is plagued by bandit attacks. And we're recording this on PC. This is with an NVIDIA 3080 Ti. My experience has been fluctuating frame rates, but not so bad enough that you can't play it. This was available after this was played after the patch that became available, the second patch that was rolled out for PC. And the May 2nd one, the same one that was available for consoles on May 2nd. Brian, I understand you've been playing this on Xbox. What is your take on this so far?
So, honestly, I've been playing this on my Xbox Series X on a LG 65-inch LG C1. And honestly, it is a gorgeous game.
I completely agree with that HDR especially too.
We have had I've had a couple crashes on it every so often. There's not really any rhyme or reason to how the game crashes, but it's not too bad. The one thing that I will say is there are some really inconvenient placements for the meditation spots in this game versus the last one. There's quite a few places, especially mid game, where there's a lot of distance and a lot of fights to cover between the meditation spots, and if you die, you start from the last checkpoint, which is that meditation spot. So and it's a lot of the dodge, parry, block, get out of the way, hit him when the right opportunity is there. The thing that I like the most is they've gone into different saber styles. So, just like with the last one, you've got your dual wield, you've got your saber staff, like you're just seeing now in the video. But later on in the game, there are other saber styles. There's a new saber style that's a saber and a... Well, so there's the saber and a gun. Yeah. So you have the blaster stance. Which is great for long range. You also have the crossguard saber. So now you've got the fighting. If you want to live your Kylo Ren fantasy, you've got that saber style too. So it's a lot of fun. I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far. I'm only about maybe a third of the way through the campaign.
And this is on the Jedi Knight difficulty. The parry time will the time that you have to parry, it decreases as you go up to, I think, the Grand Master difficulty is the other one. So your parry time is more generous at the lower levels of difficulty there. But yeah, parrying for me, that's always been my challenge in the Soulsborne games, is getting that parry down. I'm just better off dodging. It's my safe to go. And also the commentary.
No, I'm right there with you.
The BD droids that you see and fight on Cabo, how they almost remind me. The commentary reminds me almost of the grunts from Halo. They're just really funny. Like, oh no, he's coming! That's just a great.
One of my favorites is when the stormtroopers are shooting at you. Occasionally, if they miss a bunch of shots or back to back, they'll actually say, just hit him, or some stuff like that. It's funny just to kind of, because you're getting frustrated at the game every so often. It's kind of fun to hear those little conversations going on in the background that make you laugh and kind of, help to take away from the frustration of dying over and over again.
off of a ledge, you will see that in the gameplay. That is such a rewarding experience. It reminds me of the Spartan kick in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, when you can have an enemy climb up on a cliff and then you just wait and boom, just kick the enemy off. Well, hey, it's a fantasy.
Very dark, Joe.
But yeah, using.
What's your favorite methodology of killing bad people in the video game? I love pushing them off cliffs.
It's the creativity, I think. I mean, who's going to think of an enemy climbing up to you just so you could surprise that enemy?
So honestly, that's the whole reason for upgrading to the group force push, because there are some fights that do take place close to the cliff sides or what have you that are multiple people. And there is, I will give you credit, there is something satisfying, especially when you get multiple people off the cliff at the same time. There's something satisfying about that.
So Amrita, seeing this game, does it make you more of a Star Wars fan? I know you enjoy The Mandalorian so much, and you enjoyed Boba Fett, but seeing this and the story, how does it make you feel? There's that force push.
Definitely. I think it's beautiful and it looks fun. Very interesting. There's a lot going on.
What has you laughing, Brian? What's funny, Brian?
Brian, what's so funny?
I just love how every single clip that has not been a boss fight, there's been at least one thing pushed off a cliff. Every clip. Like, he's like, oh, she's like, oh, this game is beautiful, and as soon as she starts talking about the game being beautiful, you push a droid off the cliff. I'm just like, yep, there it is.
Yeah, when I was when I was fighting the Inquisitor that you saw earlier, the one of the sisters, I was using that right when she was about to do an unbreakable move. I went, stop right there. We don't do that here. Don't do that.
Yeah, and that's the best time to use them.
It would be funny if, like, they just show like the enemy just fall to the ground and splatter and make
Brian,
like a little noise or something.
Does that happen?
Just for humor.
No, I don't think so.
No, there's no squelching noises, unfortunately. you don't get to hear the smack.
Next update.
Splatter.
Although there is one point where you're going through this old factory and there's fire all over the place, and there's a couple opportunities to push the stormtroopers into the fire, which is equally satisfying.
That reminds me of the Obi-Wan Disney series, or the season where Darth Vader did that to Obi-Wan in that scene. I think it was in episode 2, episode 3. Are you thinking?
So I want to say in this particular fight, you had the ability to take mind control that beast.
Getting acclimated to that one.
And that is a lot of fun. So once you get the ability to mind control large creatures, there's a couple of points where you can actually mind control one of those things and just watch it wreak chaos and just keep mind controlling it, and then just watch. It
almost reminds me of that hack in Cyberpunk 2077, where I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it's the Psycho something, where you can control the enemy to kill others around. That was so helpful in that game.
So that is actually an ability in this game as well. Like you can mind control a stormtrooper or up to 2 stormtroopers with the skill point upgrades. You can control a large creature later on. But yeah, it's definitely fun to use, especially for the bigger group fights where you can target. I never target somebody that's got a blaster. I'll usually go for the melee guys because they'll just wreak havoc.
You can't guarantee they will hit the shot. So they may not be any help at all.
I'll tell you, the most accurate enemies in this game
Okay.
are the stupid
The ones that
super battle
hover,
droids,
or
the silver droids. Those things, they're frustrating. They have too much health, and they're incredibly accurate. And as soon as you forget that you're fighting one, it hits you with a rocket in the
it's
back of
not
the head.
fun. I'll have to look out for that as I progress further. Jedi Survivor.
And then you'll find that certain boss fights will almost require you to use a specific saber stance. So there's one boss fight where it's impossible to do unless you're using the blaster
Good to know.
the blaster
Especially
stance.
for those fans and subscribers watching.
I mean, I won't say it's impossible because I'm sure somebody's going through this entire game not even using a lightsaber, but what have you.
Exactly. If it's not out yet, it's in development, and then we will see it, and it will be
the white lightsaber choice, though. That has been interesting with this game. I've been running a white lightsaber. I've been using a white lightsaber just because red's not there, and Sith Lord in the Star Wars universe, and I'm a Slytherin in the Harry Potter universe.
Too, to find the different collectibles for customizing the lightsaber. You even have the accessories like the Hermit accessory. You see the Hermit attire on Cal, who I'm playing as, and then you can have the Hermit lightsaber. You can go full Hermit if you want, like Obi-Wan did after Order 66.
Well, there's other collectibles too. So there's the data pads. If you find the data pads, you can trade those in with the ancient robot. I can't remember her name right now, but you can trade for accessories for the droid, and then for Cal customizables, you find the rocks. I don't remember what those are called.
Perhaps I haven't.
The little shards. Yep. So there's a merchant. She's right across from the cantina. You trade those in with her, and they are Cal accessories. Whether it's different hairstyles, stuff like that. I was super stoked because when I was playing, I opened up a chest, and there is a hairstyle for Cal that is a mullet. I have it, and it's amazing.
And
I love playing as Joe Dirt Cal.
Watching, if you go back to episode 1 of Last Week in Gaming, we have a screenshot of the game with the mullet. And I admire that person, whoever that was. That person is a hero. Yeah. I was mentioning that if I can't platinum life with mullet, then
great idea
in this game. Jedi Survivor, everyone. Let's go to our next update. Dying Light 2 Pilgrim Outpost. A new dedicated online service, part of Techland GG, comes from an April 21st announcement from Techland. Spike returns, the legendary Pilgrim,